Hello everyone, it's your girl Babs and I am a director of Total Life Changes. I'm going to do a brief video on one of the questions that's frequently asked in my private Facebook support group, and that is, how do you transition from Resolution, one of our awesome weight loss products, to HCG, or how do you transition from using HCG to Resolution? Now, if you're transitioning from Resolution to HCG, simple. It's easy. You just follow the HCG protocol. The first 3 days, you load as the instructions tell you, and then you start your VLCD, which is your very low calorie diet. And remember, while you're loading, you are taking the drops. 10 drops, sublingual, under the tongue. That's under the tongue. And you hold for as long as you can, 15, 20 seconds. Some people say 5 minutes, but as long as you can. And then you don't eat till 15 minutes after taking the drops. Okay? And that's just following the HCG protocol. Easy transition. Now, if you're transitioning from Resolution to, I'm sorry, I've got it turned around. If you want to transition from HCG to Resolution, again, you follow the HCG protocol, but you must go through maintenance stabilization. You can use the Resolution drops while you're maintaining and stabilize. But the key is that you're slowly adding in more calories, because as you know, with HCG, you're on the 500 calorie protocol. And with Resolution, the calories are up from 750 to 1200. And when you're maintaining on HCG or stabilizing, you slowly increase your calories. You have to go to my Facebook group to get more information on that. But let me tell you a little bit about what stabilization is on HCG. Maybe that will help. The maintenance phase, which is phase 3. You know, there are 4 phases on HCG. See my previous videos. And I hate to confuse you, but the maintenance phase is a 3-week period after you finish your drops and your VLCD, which is your very low calorie diet. That's when you start maintenance. And the few rules are, you must weigh yourself every day. You must remain within 2 pounds of your last dose's weight. That's your HCG dose's weight. And you cannot eat sugars, starches, and of course, that's very similar to a Resolution. You're not supposed to eat sugars, products made with flour, fried foods, and that's when you can use Resolution, transitioning from HCG to Resolution. You can use it during this stabilization and maintenance period, because what this does is train your brain to not want those things. And in my previous video, I told you how it trains your brain, right? Okay, now, when do you start the maintenance? While you're on HCG, you are supposed to wait at least, I think it's 72 hours. Let me check my notes. Yes, 72 hours after your last HCG dose, okay, and your 500 calories. That's when you start the stabilization maintenance period. Now, for instance, if you administer your last doses on Monday at 8 a.m., you will begin the maintenance phase on Thursday at 8 a.m. And then you start the 3-week maintenance, or as I say, stabilization period. There are lots of food that you can eat on the maintenance and stabilization period. I'll tell you all about it in the next video, but and it's also in my Facebook group of what you can eat during your maintenance period. But you know what you cannot eat. Remember the sugars, products made with flour, fried foods, and chocolate. Ladies, don't forget the chocolate. That is part of the sweets, the sugars, okay? when you start the maintenance, you want to increase your calories to at least 1,500. And so that's why it's so cool to have the resolution, because remember, the resolution caloric intake that's allowed is 750 to 1,200. So that's why you can use the resolution while you're maintaining. And you know what this helps you to do, in addition to helping you with through hunger. Of course, you're not going to experience that because you've been on HCG. But remember, it trains your brain to not want the sugars and the sweets. And also, when you're on the HCG phase, eventually, because you're not eating those things, your body will not want them, will not crave them. And also, this helps with the appetite suppressant. It's an appetite suppressant. So that's how you transition from HCG to resolution. And then you can start your next phase. For instance, if you decide that you don't need to go to your phase 4 because you want to do another phase of HCG, then you start on HCG. I know I'm confusing you, but there are several phases on HCG. And once you get to the third phase and you want to do another round of HCG, you have to take a break. You have to take a 6-week to an 8-week break, depending on how long you were on HCG. During that break, that's what they call maintenance and stabilization. And that's when you can use resolution during that maintenance and stabilization. And that's what I was just reading to you, what maintenance and stabilization is. It's 3 weeks, and you do slowly up your calories. And there's lots of food that you can eat. I'll explain that in the next video because I don't want to go over. I don't want to go too long and get you too confused. But the whole point of this video is just to let you know how you transition from HCG to resolution and how you transition from resolution to HCG. I hope this helps. I'll talk to you real soon, providing more information. Bye-bye.